TaxAct knows filing taxes can be confusing, so we have live experts on hand who can help answer any questions you may have. Questions like, can I claim my SUV as my home office if I answer work emails in my car? If I adopted 12 dogs this year, can I list them as dependents? And, am I doing this right, or am I doing this very, very wrong? Our experts have the answers to those questions and many others. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This episode is brought to you by Fandango. People say fans are too distracted these days, but the truth is, when a great movie hits the screen, you show up. You stay glued, invested, part of the story. And without fans like you, there'd be no cinema magic, no shared moments. So head to Fandango.com to get tickets, stream, or rent or buy top movies and series. Fandango loves fans.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
Without question, one of Canada's best metal bands is Ancients. Formed in Vancouver 2011, they're multiple Juno Award winners. And when their singer, Kenny Cook, jumped to Zoom with us, they had just picked up their second Juno the weekend before, which was a bit of a surprise to him, considering the other nominees included Devin Townsend and Spirit Box. Well, Ancients have been turning heads since their debut album called Heart of Oak in 2013, followed by The Voice of the Void in 2016, and Beyond the Reach of the Sun in 2024. Impeccable records, the kind you swear by. Kenny was cool getting into it, talking about all sorts of things like growing up in Mission, touring Europe, the band often being compared to Mastodon. We talked about the early years as well, including his time in Spread Eagle before starting up Ancients. Touring with Lamb of God and Sepultura came up, so did binge-watching Breaking Bad, listening to Miles Davis, seeing Gob live, and even hockey, including Alex Ovechkin's goal-scoring chase and the Vancouver Canucks' dismal play. And stop me if you've heard this before, Kenny talked about making it as a band.
You have to kind of get lucky enough to get certain opportunities, and then
kill it when you get it.
Be able to execute when you get the chance, right? But yeah, it's basically just that easy. And like I say, it's nothing comes without hard work, right? So it's like we had been doing this for the better part of 2 decades, whether what band we were playing in. But it, like I said before, it was sort of like a militant thing that we never, questioned. Like I never, after working a 10-hour day, questioned about, I'm just not going to go to practice today. Like it was just something that was part of my routine, right? And I think like it takes a certain amount of dedication to have these opportunities come for you, right? And I think, lots of people don't understand that part. They just kind of see the things that you get and don't realize the amount of work that it took to get to that point, right? So it's just hard work and dedication really to something.
Stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast is powered by the HomeDwell Group. Buying a house? Selling your home? Contact Kyle at homedwell.ca today.
Reality TV is messy.
Pop culture is louder than ever.
And the internet
Completely unhinged.
Welcome to Roxanne
And Chantel,
the podcast where cousins Roxanne and Chantel break down reality TV, celebrity drama, and the stories everyone's texting about.
we recap the shows
Spill the headlines.
and sit down with the stars themselves.
No filter,
No boring takes.
just the tea.
New episodes every week.
If it's trending,
We're talking about it.
this is Roxanne.
And Chantel,
Let's get into it.
Ever open up your podcast app, scroll forever, and still not know what to listen to? And there are millions of podcasts, and most of them, they just don't grab you. That's why I created Something You Should Know. Every episode is built around surprising, useful, and fascinating ideas. We're consistently ranked in Apple's Top 200 with thousands of 5-star reviews. But more importantly, people come back because they learn something interesting every time. If you're tired of searching and you just want something good to listen to, try one episode of Something You Should Know right here on the platform you're listening on right now.
Welcome and enter if you dare. Hi, I'm Hallie Keeper.
And I'm Allison Leiby. And together, we're the hosts of Ruined, a scary movie podcast where Hallie tells me the grisly details of a haunting new horror film each week.
Whether you're a terror hound like me or a scaredy cat like Allison, we've got so many thrills, chills, and obviously kills to share with you in every episode.
It's the podcast that'll have you saying, that was so funny. I should not have listened to it at night with all the lights off.
From the greats like The Exorcist and Poltergeist to modern classics such as Hereditary and Get Out to the freakiest new releases like A Quiet Place and Terrifier, we ruin them all and we'll leave you howling, mostly from laughter, sometimes because you're turning into a werewolf.
Ooh. Listen along as I try and guess the movie's twist, predict who will survive, and answer the hardest question of all. What would you do?
So please listen to new episodes of Ruined every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And whatever you do, we're begging you, please
keep it spooky.